Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Control. This is episode 13. So last time we did some more side stuff. We went into the clocks to look for that missing medic, who we found was alive. Unfortunately, his friend Horowitz, who sent us to look for him, was not. He had become a hiss. Now, we still have another part of that mission to do. We got a second mission to actually go back and seal the anchor that's somewhere in the clocks, but we're not going to do that just yet. First, we're going to go back to Executive and see what the deal with Dylan is. Well, I'm already in Executive now because I was grinding, but I'm going to go back to Central Executive, where I haven't been since the last episode, in case it triggered a cutscene. But I imagine we'll get another main mission here. Okay, no immediate cutscene, which means Dylan is probably in the boardroom with Emily. Is Arish here? Okay, there's Arish.
Did she have to write everything in her made-up gibberish code? Fuck.
So,
Marshall with her CIA spy shit. God.
Is the reason that Arish was not here before because Marshall hadn't left yet, and there's only one place for him to occupy that looks important?
I don't think I ever told you this, but I was actually on the path to being a ranger once. Did the whole boot camp thing. Even got rookie status. Anyway.
She doesn't seem to care very much.
My own ranger squad was a great bunch. There was 6 plus me. Remus, Hazard, Cho, Guy, Heptonstall, and Thompson. They were supposed to get back from an expedition yesterday. We had beers and wings planned. Problem is, they weren't here when Darling handed out the HRAs.
Then they had nothing protecting them from the hiss.
You see, they prepped for the worst, but I think that we're already past that. We all wore these pouches around our neck, and I really don't want the hiss to get them. Could you find them for me?
You know, I think, like Emily,
maintenance, but they probably spread out from there.
Arish is one of the characters that shows their teeth a little too much when they talk. That frown. I think these are new.
What's the deal with BlackRock?
Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on BlackRock. You know, ever since research found out that it blocks paranatural stuff, they have just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry. Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the night sky. You know, me and Salvador used to have after-work beers down there.
I mean, it sounded like the quarry folk weren't too fond of the scientists either, for their requirements.
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do. Now he's been acting a little bit psycho recently. Although HR told me not to use that word, so...
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be?
I have a feeling we won't be seeing him until, like, late game. Though I don't know how close we are to late game.
You're security, right? Do you work with Rangers?
Not often. Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the dangers inside the Bureau.
They must see some weird stuff out there.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of weird for him to be like, oh yeah, I don't have much to do with them.
Tackling things that were previously unknown.
Right after telling us that he almost became one.
Most Rangers, they retired due to cognitive collapse. I looked up the medical definition. Not fun.
That's when your brain collapses and you become a vegetable.
How does the Bureau handle thresholds?
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her Rangers in to map them, check growth rates, locate epicenters, take samples, measure stuff, basically.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Now, down in maintenance, thresholds are used just like any other tool. The lab coats mine black rock from one, maintenance siphons water from another. We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it?
Do I even want to know?
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's pretty gross.
I didn't want to know.
So where is the water threshold down in maintenance? Can we go in there? Is it just entirely full of water?
What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall? Marshall's a fucking badass. Rangers could not ask for a better leader. She's a little, intense, but given the stuff she's seen, I'm not surprised. She does have a bad habit of disappearing, though.
Where does she go?
Last time she vanished, I did some digging into the security logs. I found camera footage of her entering the quarry. She was down there alone for days. Now, typically that's not allowed, but Marshall is kind of above the rules.
I wonder what she finds so
I mean, she does
interesting
enforce the
about-
rules, so I guess she would be above them.
I have to go.
So, I'm curious because I get the feeling that Marshall is actually just going to be gone for the rest of the game. However, the first DLC, the Foundation, apparently that is an area in the Black Rock that we can't access yet, so maybe that's where she'll come back. Hey, Emily.
Arrays is purely antithetical to every variant of the His signal it can arrange.
Who are you talking to?
But how did Darling create it?
She's talking to herself. Every time I come back here, she's left notes everywhere. Timeline of events. Analysis of Hiss Threat Part 4, Confidential. To examine the invasion's timeline of events for possible patterns in Hiss behavior. Establishing a timeline is difficult at present because of lack of reliable communications between Bureau sectors and staff. Preliminary models indicate ground zero of the invasion is located within the executive sector. Once it becomes possible to interview surviving personnel, pinpointing the exact location should be feasible. Other outstanding questions that a timeline may answer: how did the Hiss get past the internal lockdown? How did the Hiss resonance advance through space, deliberately or uniformly? I mean, them getting past the lockdown seems obvious that they came from something inside the oldest house. What is their ultimate goal? The outside world? A cross-dimensional destination? Like maybe the board? Speech analysis. Analysis of the Hiss Threat Part 3, Confidential. If we understand the Hiss to be a force based on vibration and resonance, then perhaps their incantation, which is now the agreed-upon term for the vocalizations, is an effort to express that resonance using human vocal cords and speech. Would there be differences if the incantation were recited in a different language? The most common word used is want. Interestingly, every usage of the word attributed to a you. You want to listen. You want this to be true. You must want these waves to drag you away. Are we the you the Hiss is referring to? Does the Hiss believe humanity, possibly all non-Hiss life, wants to join it? To be consumed by it, is that its goal? The second most used words are through and time. Is this possibly the Hiss stating how they arrived here, or an indication of its age? There is clear intention in the words. Dismissing the incantation as nonsense, as some of my colleagues recommend, is beyond idiotic. So that's following up on her previous note where she was talking about recording what the Hiss are saying. So yeah, we have a bunch of side missions we could be doing. But I guess we'll talk to Emily since Dylan doesn't seem to be here anymore.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late?
How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the Hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests.
I mean, we were both exposed to that projector.
More in control, more present.
I want to see him.
My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Like, I have to wonder, did he bust out of his cell, or did he have to fight his way out through the Hiss? Anything else to say, Emily?
Hi, Jesse.
I mean, she's only got 3, so I think these are all new.
I visited the quarry. What's the plan for all that black rock?
The Bureau has used Blackrock almost instead of...
Yeah, this is where she wanted to make
so
knives out of it.
slicing.
So that one we've done.
I did not.
This place is looking... Arish is...
Okay, yeah, we did talk to her about all these. She was saying how we're getting more HRAs, and they're starting to
Enjoy,
rescue
Dad.
people from the shelters.
Oh, I will.
Okay, so... where is Dylan? Upper level. Okay, I guess he's in just one of these side rooms.
You hear that his prisoner they captured is the
Are you guys guarding him? With your floor guns? He's really embarrassed that he dropped it, so he's just not gonna acknowledge that he's not holding it anymore. Hey, buddy. How you doing in there?
You are a worm through time. The thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror, inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been a new you. You want this to be true. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. Through time.
I mean, he doesn't look that contained. Those are like black rock pillars, it looks like. Which I guess they just had laying around in executive.
Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been a new you. You want this to be true.
I mean, that's not a bad one there. Jessie looks on at her brother in dismay. So I guess he's still able to talk when he's not reciting chants.
Shit. That's Dylan. Can you hear me? Oh, come on, Dylan. I'm here. I found you.
You've always been a new you. You want this to be true.
Do you know who I am?
Oh, you know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign.
Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now.
We cut out all the Dylan parts.
Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to
stop
be
that?
true.
Please.
I'll bring you a pizza if you stop.
Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
I mean, the last time we tried that, it killed somebody.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only true. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orange peel.
Shit. Shit.
Orange
He
peel?
can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small, in Ordinary, in the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years.
Sounds like Polaris had a favorite.
After the song time for applause, we build you till nothing remains. The air cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home. The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss.
Well,
That's the only thing I can think
that's pretty much what I expected this entire
There.
time.
There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny.
That Bureau alert sound in the
I
back.
welcomed the hiss. I let it in. to get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet. You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Your regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the Containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for the slide projector. You can help me.
I mean, pretty much as soon as they said what the
We
slide
can
projector
end this.
was, I think in like episode 3 or 4, I guess that's where the hiss came from. So, not exactly a surprise reveal there.
Happiness comes, white pearls, but
Why do I still have a red marker on
I
him?
don't know what else I'm hoping to find here.
Dylan.
Dylan, do you have a quest for me?
I'd like to tell you about a dream I had last night.
Off to a good start.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary, before all of this happened. But in the dream, I was alone. It was just me. I was the only child. A girl. My name was Jesse Dylan Faden.
Well, that's a little weird.
But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here, locked me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything. Don't you find that weird? I find that weird.
Sure.
What the hell was that? Is he trying to mess with me?
You are a worm through time.
Hey Jesse, do you think we were once actually just one person and then we combined, or separated into two?
Through a mirror, we inverted his knee, right?
You still not gonna pick up your gun, buddy? Alright.
Lots of interesting data off that subject.
Alright, so the Prime Candidate area was back in Containment, so we could go there, but I think we will stop and check on our friend, Ahti, and see if he has any other missions for us to keep an eye on. Let's see, ventilation. So yeah, I think now we can access that area I tried to get to before, from the break room, where you need levitate to fly through the hole in the roof. Do we have enough source to upgrade? Astral constructs. We could upgrade spin. Grip needs more remote thoughts, and Shatter needs more remote thoughts and more source. Yeah, so remote thoughts seem to be the main material I'm short on. Though I could upgrade spin, so that at least it has 2 slots now. Since I don't know how long it's going to take me to find these remote thoughts. Abilities, I think there's nothing I can get for... oh, I could upgrade launch again. This thing I'm confused about, though, because it says plus 50%. So does that mean it's not actually going up? It's literally just moving towards the next upgrade? It's not like 50% each time. Alright. And these 3 missions I still have stuck with because... surprisingly, there's not a lot of rangers left in Executive. There's like one room where a couple spawn, and I have to wait until they respawn to go back there. Alright, that's not the way I want to go. Or is it? No, this is the way I want to go. No, that leads back to the elevator. Sorry, I'm confused. I haven't come down to this control point in a while. These guys got impatient waiting for me to come over there. Oh, there's a ranger down here for some reason. Oh, this is one of Arish's friends.
I should find the others.
So, did I just pick up his little pouch? Didn't have to actually do anything for that. Well, that was convenient, that he just happened to be on the way. Okay, so this is the break room over here. And there's this hole here. Oh, okay. I didn't expect it to teleport me somewhere. Nowhere, eh? So I think this is where we fell through the floor to get to the horse. But I guess this is leading to something. Including some crafting materials. Hey, maybe there'll be remote thoughts down here. Nope. Ritual impulse. So there's like a down area there, but there's also an up. I guess I have to go down and then over and then across. Yeah, there's a box down here. So this is a little more significant of an area than some of the other little hidey holes you can levitate to. Alright, now how do I get up there? I guess this is where I have to get across here. I wonder if this is just crafting materials. We're sinking into the wall. Oh, shit. Oh, I can get on top of this and then I think I can get up there from there. It's just the climb up area was on the back. Actually, no, that one's too low. That one doesn't help me at all. Alright, so just gotta... be quick about it. Dodge efficiency and threshold remnant. Alright, so nothing too special there, just materials. And a jumping challenge. Oh shit. I almost jumped into nothingness. Well, I guess we're already in nowhere. And then the walls of the bureau just spit you back out where you came in. You're not supposed to be here. And that's just a side room. Ahti, my man. You're not back here. I don't know why I have so much trouble with this one room. What, the hiss?
That's the reason they can go as far as Pepe grows.
Not sure what that particular Finnish saying would mean. Okay, he does have a task for us. Also, something I hadn't noticed, but yeah, Ahti's not wearing an HRA, which just goes further to contribute that he is some kind of special entity unique to the oldest house and not actually just a person. Clear the mold.
You need to scrap that clean or there goes my reputation and honor.
Oh,
And
no.
the good won't swing.
The good won't swing. He just has an endless supply of Finnisms. But I guess we're not quite finished with him yet. Alright, well that's also in containment, and we already know where they are. You guys just here to, like, mark that one of the targets were there? Arish is like, yeah, I actually sent some of my guys to track them down, but they're probably gonna die, so you might want to help them out. Alright, so prime candidate is, I think it's that room next to security, if I remember. It says on the wall. But there's a lot here. Like, I don't even know if I've fully explored the Panopticon yet. I don't know how many floors in there actually have something on them. So, we can probably clear out this mold first. I think that'll only take a second. If I can remember where the actual gooey part of medical is.
Mold's gotten in here too?
Now, did Dylan give us a level 6 card?
Let's get clean.
Okay, he did give us a level 6 card.
Cocking her gun.
Even though it didn't really give a lot of fanfare, and also I'm not sure how he gave it to us without coming out of his box.
Mark Gibson, male, age 28, returned from the astral plane approximately 13 minutes ago. This was his 21st patient is experiencing migraine-like pain, intense pressure behind the eyes, and partial blindness. He has no recollection of his time in the astral plane and appears severely disoriented. Preliminary examination revealed no immediate cause, so we will be sending the patient for x-rays and... What the fuck is that thing? God, it burst right out of him. Call Black! Get Marshall!
I guess that's when the astral spike came out. Seems like it didn't come out right away when he came out of the astral plane. I really love the little animation on spin when you aim it, and how it, like, gets wider as you fire. The service weapon has a lot of just good animation to it. Launch efficiency. Alright. Well, now that we can open level 6 doors, that also opens up a few more areas. And there's our music to indicate that this is where he wants us to do something. So how exactly are we supposed to eradicate the mold? I assume it just means the targets, right? Oh, supervisor. You're not a mold. I think I need Pierce for him. I really don't think Spin is going to work on a very armored enemy. You could really chew through them if you just combo up with launch. Alright, I don't know how I survived that barrage that I just tanked, but I'll take it. We also picked up a hidden trend material. I guess it means a trend that doesn't have a hashtag. Alright, well again, I don't see any mold in here that need eradicating. And this just leads into the Panopticon. So, yeah. What's the deal, Ahti? Maybe they just didn't spawn because... Oh, or maybe it's just these tumors. I was gonna say, maybe they didn't spawn because that guy spawned in here instead, but maybe I just gotta find all the goopy things and pop them. Probably one in here, right? Maybe not. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, if I was a big mold tumor, where would I want to grow? Well, apparently on slopes near TVs, in bathrooms. You think they'd want to grow moist places? I mean, that one I was standing next to did make a noise. Oh, there's a room back here. Yeah, this is where the last one probably is, right? Nope, I think we can say this room is clear. Now, are they only popping up as I destroy one? Because that would make it harder to find them. If there can only be one at a time. Still not in here. Not a lot of rooms connected to this room, so... Come on, mold. I don't want to come back here for you. But I also don't want to spend too much time looking for it. Okay, there's no mold that way. It's only in this room and the other room. You'd think it would not be that hard to find a glowing tumor. Is it back here? No? Not back here. This is just a dead end. I think I'm stumped on this one. I don't have any kind of, like, detective vision to find it. But I feel like the one I was standing next to did make, like, a pulsating sound. Which I'm trying to listen for. Hold on, what's that? There's something behind the wall? The fire break is back there. Is there like a secret in the fire break that I just discovered? I might have to fly to it. Alright, well, I'm not seeing a mold down here. Maybe there's one little room in the upper part of medical that has mold. So I think one of the, like, examination rooms had it too. No mold in here, right? Yeah, no. I thought one of these rooms had mold in it. Well, this one has the mold that kills me. Not, like, kind of hidden in there. The break room. I might just have to come back for this one, because I don't think it's worth spending episode time looking for it anymore. However, I do want to check what I was picking up in the fire break, because it looked like there was something just behind the wall, so there might be a little platform. This just leads back to medical, doesn't it? Alright, so... Well, there's that right there. Maybe that was what I was seeing? Let's see. Yeah, that's about where it was against the wall, right? Tropic Echo. Tropic Echo. Really not what I need. See, there's more fire breaks there, but I don't think I can get to those. Those are really far. So I think that's the only one I can reach. Alright, so heading... Oh, not you guys. How do I get to there? I think it's this way. Need to head here, and then... Oh no, it's like through here. How did that rocket miss me when I had the menu up? How did I miss him while he was slowly strafing? Thanks, Polaris. So this leads to the Prime Candidate program. Someone really likes their dog. Mirror supplement. Okay, so this is the one that they said was in this area that led to a side quest. So that gives us a side quest in the Synchronicity Lab. Victorian Mirror. She was admitted to a mental ward for emotional instability soon after relocating to Illinois with her family in 1914. The item only appears on record again in 2006 when the Bureau investigated a sudden rise in disappearances in redacted Illinois. Agents found the item hanging in the local library. They contained it quickly, though the missing people of the town were never recovered. Supplementary materials, date August 18th, 1915. We certify that the case of Mrs. Redacted has shown to be a lunatic under the reasons of hysteria, bad company, and imaginary female trouble. Her fixation with the family looking-glass is noteworthy, though not an uncommon matter when considering the female disposition. Mrs. Carver is a fit subject for the lunatic asylum, and will remain in its confines until her affliction has passed. Dr. Redacted. So, is Mrs. Carver not the thing that's just redacted here? Is it a separate Mrs.? Okay, we got multimedia, but I think that's just, again, the medical examination tape. No new hotlines. Or PCP for short. Well, what's over here?
To find new prime candidates. The Bureau needs a director. Our future. P6 and P7.
Gee, I wonder who P6 could be if our brother is P7. Oh, where's this heal sphere? Shit, I could have possessed him there, but as soon as I stopped, it counted as him having too much health. Forgot I can just fly over these plebs. It does seem like Launch is one-shotting him now, so maybe it is getting a little stronger, or these tables are just considered big enough objects to kill them in one shot. And that's just a non-special version of those stronger enemies. They don't have nearly as much armor when they're not named. Another friggin' Echo. I really don't need those. Where does this lead? I'm already turned around. Okay, this is where I came in. All I did is open up a shortcut. Closed cases. Bright Falls summary, eh? Like the place where Alan Wake takes place. Bright Falls, AWE 35. Event summary: an unconfirmed threshold manifestation at Cauldron Lake, Washington, resulted in a fictional story written by the author Alan Wake, creating an AWE in which reality was altered to match that of the story, though only locally and for a limited time. Event response: Mr. Kirkland, head of investigations, was alerted on September 13th, 2010, by ex-Bureau agent Frank Breaker. Now, Frank Breaker was the kind of obsessive FBI agent from Alan Wake, who ends up getting killed. That an AWE event was taking place in Bright Falls, WA. Refer to events investigated in 1970, 1976, 1978. Breaker had received a call from Barry Wheeler, Alan Wake's literary agent, on behalf of Breaker's daughter, Sarah. Okay, so now Frank Breaker was Sarah's father, not the crazy agent, who is the current sheriff of Bright Falls. A Bureau field team arrived at the site 2 days later, only to confirm the event was over. Interviews were conducted, referred to the 1970 redacted Thomas Zane, 1976-1978 Odin Anderson and Tor Anderson. Interesting that Thomas Zane is mentioned here, considering a big part of that plot was that he erased himself from history. Alan Wake was believed to redacted instigator. Eyewitness reports highlight an old light switch, possibly object of power, that redacted missing. Wake was not found at the scene. Reports claim he dived into the lake, but no body was recovered in the search, because he's still trapped in the threshold, never to come out again because there's no sequel coming. So it's cool that they basically just directly address that. That these worlds are connected.
Stepped down, I doubled every effort to find new prime candidates. There was no one. No one but me. That wasn't good enough. I pushed hard. I never wanted the Bureau to end up in that situation again. The Bureau needs a director. Always. When my time reaches an end, I want more options on the table. P1 through P5 were all false leads, dead ends, and disappointments. Then P6, Dylan Faden. He fell into our arms. No parents, they're gone, casualties of an AWE. The boy has exceptional talent. The oldest house will be his home. We'll build him from the ground up. He'll be trained and taken care of. Darling can be in charge of this project.
Because I don't want to deal with it.
I can't. I'll stay away. I will not fail the boy like I failed my own family. My daughter and my wife. We weren't careful enough back then. Something came home with me. I took work home. My Susanna got sick. When I realized my mistake, I wanted to bring her here for Darling to do what he could. Kate flat out refused. Civilian doctors treated our daughter, but they didn't have a clue. She died. Kate left me. Same old story. That was a long time ago. The Bureau is all I have now.
Same old story. Your daughter gets a cursed supernatural affliction, dies.
P6 and P7. We're spoiled for choice.
So yeah, sorry, Dylan is P6, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that Jessie is P7, which is why they were actually interested in finding her, not because she was from an AWE. So, was the Alan Wake file in here because they considered him as a possible candidate? Threshold kids. This is what Dylan had to grow up with.
I can see you're upset, Meg. Why don't you tell Uncle Mr. Bones what's wrong?
I did bad on my clairvoyance test.
You can't ace every test, Meg. You see, everyone has different brains.
Is it not weird that her parental figure is the creepy skeleton man with a doll face?
Some brains can talk to each other. We call this ESP.
ESP?
Some brains can lift objects, like a baseball. Talk about a fly ball, eh, Meg? No interruptions! So who cares if you fail?
What about the last one? Was that clairvoyance?
Maybe your brain can throw baseballs, or talk to dead people, or make friends blind. Once we know what your brains can do, we'll know what job to give you. And if your brains are just right, you'll get to sit in the big chair.
The big chair.
What if I don't want the big chair?
What if I don't want the big chair? Everyone wants the big chair, Meg! That's why we're all here. Use those brains to listen for once, or the only chair you'll get in is the one with straps.
And they wonder why Dylan's a little wrong. If that's his only education.
Things
P6.
had gone differently in ordinary for us. But wishing won't change things.
Oh, those are just
Finding the projector will.
views of his
Ordinary. So
cell.
much coming together in this one case.
P6 victim autopsy. What'd you do, Dylan? Agent killed during redacted involving redacted codename P6. Autopsy finding. Blunt force injuries of the head and neck. Extensive trauma of the abdominal region. Lacerations and contusions on the upper and lower torso. Fracture of the spinal cord between the L1 and L2 vertebrae. Avulsion fracture of the 3rd through 10th ribs left and right. Blunt force injuries of the extremities. Abrasions, lacerations, and contusions of the extremities. Dislocation of left and right elbow. Dislocation of left and right knee. Conclusion. After examination, it was determined that the cause of death was internal bleeding that occurred when redacted was contorted through his redacted. So Dylan just crushed him with his telekinesis.
Ordinary. So much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something.
I've seen a lot.
Dylan Faden. Prime candidate 6. And the sister as well. Once we catch up with her. But the boy had so much potential. We're talking Northmore level readings here. And I don't want to invoke his name, but it's completely different circumstances here. It's remarkable.
I mean, wasn't Northmore the previous director?
There was an incident. Yes. We lost a valuable member of our team, yes.
He was crushed from the inside out.
Dylan has so much. But he's just a kid. I'll take the blame. He needs some slack. I mean, boys will be boys. He's exceptional and under a lot of stress. Roberts got killed. It's an unfortunate accident, that's all. Marshall needs to realize this. We will make this work. We'll make this work.
So that would have been recorded like way before he became super weird and unstable. That's just his like back alley, back office vlog.
Power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me.
Dylan Faden transcript. Transcript of conversation. Subject Dylan Faden for review by Dr. Darling. Confidential. Note, subject was alone during this outburst. Dylan Faden, you again. I thought I told you to leave me alone. Why are you showing me this? I can't do anything. Can't you see where I am? Why don't you help me get the fuck out of here? You always show me things I can't do anything about. Stop showing me her. I don't care anymore. And I don't care about you. You both left me here to rot. Fuck off, you bitch. I will dig out my own brains if it means getting rid of you. I don't want you here. Get the fucking message? Subject repeated the phrase, fuck off, numerous times before being sedated. So I guess Polaris was with him, just not very useful. Alright, well, we're probably going to need to wrap up in a moment.
Dylan wanted me to see. It doesn't matter. We need to find that projector.
And what a surprise. Jesse is candidate P7. Never saw that coming. Oh, we found an outfit. We kept this here just in case we found her.
All the times I felt paranoid, I was right. The Bureau could have given me the answers, but they just stood by and watched me.
I was gonna say, if they were able to get all these pictures of her, clearly they weren't trying to capture her, they just wanted to keep tabs on her. Jesse Faden movement tracking. These are all 2019, so she gets around quite a bit. Eastward movement. Well, they tracked her right up until she came to New York. So clearly she was being perhaps led by Polaris towards the Bureau.
We used to play there all the time. Me and Dylan. And other kids as well. We loved it. This time, I remember when...
Is this supposed to be an interview with child Jesse? Because she sounds exactly the same.
We found a way in. Deeper into it, like... it had shifted. We went inside and... that's where we found the slide projector.
A dump is a place for lost things. Things that have been thrown away. Did you ever feel that way when you were growing up, Jesse?
What? No. Yes, but that has nothing to do with...
Was there a slide projector at your home when you were small?
No.
Did it get thrown away?
Those were before your time, I suppose. But your family did look at photos together, maybe. In one form or the other?
Maybe.
When was this? Can you remember? At parties? Barbecues? How did it make you feel? Did your parents ever show pictures that embarrassed you? Was alcohol ever involved at these parties? Did your parents drink? Did that make you uncomfortable?
It's a lot of questions.
No, that's just stupid. Come on. That has nothing to do with this. Nothing.
The slide projector, let me ask you this. As a child, did you ever fantasize about worlds inside pictures? Inside a painting? You know, stepping into a painting, into a hidden world, escaping and finding adventure there, away from your parents.
I don't think so. I don't remember. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it seems like with the way that objects of power work in this universe, that they're trying to draw a link between perhaps Jesse creating the slide projector with her own feelings combined with, I guess, her paranatural tendencies. Huh. So, does this lead to the town of Ordinary, which is somehow connected, or is that just like a room about Ordinary? Anyhow, I think we'll wrap up here, and next time we will delve deeper into this area of the containment sector and find out what else is hidden back here. I mean, it looks like they want us to go to Ordinary, so we'll find out what the deal is probably next time. Anyhow, I've been Shadefyre, this has been Control, and I hope you'll join me as we get closer and closer to finding out what exactly the Fadens had to do with the hiss and the whole creation of this situation. Till next time, take care everyone.